Mystery of missing geologist Daniel Robinson, who vanished in the Arizona desert, has continued to baffle investigators. The striking unsolved case has been plagued by theories of foul play, claims of police disinterest, and a string of puzzling evidence, while being spearheaded by his family. We got another situation where the family's doing all the work. This man has been missing for 3 months, and the media just started reporting in the past week. What is going on? And where is Daniel Robinson?
It's been 3 months since geologist Daniel Robinson went missing from his work site in a remote part of the desert in Buckeye.
And now for the first time, we are finding out what police have learned about the days before and after his disappearance.
Here's ABC 15's Courtney Holmes.
Daniel Robinson's state of mind, a recurring theme in this report as police try to piece together what happened to the 24-year-old. Daniel was last seen by a coworker on June 23rd, and according to this police report, was acting odd at his job site just before driving away. But in the days prior, the report says Daniel was also behaving oddly with a woman he'd met while working a side job for a food delivery service. After only a few days, texts revealed he'd show up unannounced. The report says he told family that he was in love with her. It also says photos on his Instagram account appear to have been removed since he'd gone missing. Still no clear answers about what happened. And in an appearance on CNN, his father, David Robinson, says it took police too long to start searching for them in earnest.
Once Daniel became missing, and we realized that, I think the quick action wasn't there quick enough, first of all.
The report shows the family requested a helicopter search on June 24th. Didn't happen until June 25th. Police didn't actually enter his home until July 6th, almost 2 weeks after he was reported missing. Civil Air Patrol, which conducts searches, wasn't contacted until July 7th. And when his Jeep was located on July 19th, it was by a rancher. Daniel's brother says he believes police are doing what they can to find him now. But
had they been quick about it in the beginning, we wouldn't be here 3 months later, still searching for my brother and still looking for answers.
Courtney Holmes, ABC 15, Arizona.
24-year-old Daniel Robinson has been missing for 3 months. Daniel was working as a geologist and was last seen leaving a job site in Buckeye, Arizona on June 23rd. He was reported missing that same day. Joining me now is Daniel's father, David Robinson. David, thank you for joining me during this difficult time for your family. Tell us about Daniel, first off, and the kind of person that he is.
Thank you for having me. Daniel, my son, he's since he was a child, he always been he's the youngest child, the boy, and of his twin sisters and his oldest son, and oldest brother. I'm sorry, and he's always been challenging them since he was young. As you know, Daniel was born without a hand. And he didn't let that stop him. He always been that person to want to challenge himself and go farther in everything he do, whether it's academics, whether it's things like teaching himself to play a trombone and the French horn. Things like when he got to college, he decided to be a geologist. And when he said he wanted to achieve his goal in that area, he did that. He also is a person that brings people together. He has a lot of friends. Many times there's conflict. He's always in the middle to bridge that gap. And, like I say, he's a adventurous guy. He likes to travel and do things. He's very high spirited and a very go-getter. just like right now, also like bringing together, he's bringing people together now, even though he's not here at this time.
It's wonderful to hear your description of him and how it brings such a rounder understanding of Daniel to all of us. Authorities say that no foul play is suspected in Daniel's disappearance, but your family thinks otherwise. Explain to us why that is.
Well, that's because we don't have any answers. You're looking at the evidence that's been presented by my private investigator. The things that he found, like for instance, the vehicle's been crashed multiple times, that my son, the first crash happened within 4 hours of him going missing. And also things like, like I said, the vehicle been driven about 7 or so miles after the first initial crash. The fact that the damage on the vehicle that he found didn't match the terrain. Also, that my son's clothing, everything that he had on his body was in a pile 3 feet away from the vehicle. Things like that have an indication that something's wrong. There's a lot more to things that point to that direction, but those are some of the things that definitely point to a bad direction.
It both match. It doesn't match up with the personality of your son, and there's also this confusing thing, which I'm just going to explain for our viewers, maybe who haven't been following this as much, that they found your son's vehicle, but they found no evidence, no trace of him whatsoever. So, David, have the police told you any of their theories about what has happened to your son?
Well, the only thing I have gotten, once the Buckeye police detective notified me that my son's vehicle was found, and he told me, of course, his clothes was on the ground, like I said, 3 feet from the vehicle. He told me that he didn't see any blood in the vehicle, but the vehicle was, on the side. One thing that he pointed out to me is that, his theory is that my son may had a severe head injury. That explains why he probably shredded all his clothing off. He also told me that he also believed that my son walked out in the desert undressed because he wanted to be away from his family and his friends, and he most likely wanted to go join the monastery and become a monk. That's the only theory I got from anyone in the police